Hey guys, it's me Tilly, and I'm finally back with the Beginner's Diary series. So today is already going to be the second to last video on this series, because I will finish the journey to Nile and how I got there within 2 weeks. And the next episode will be mostly me talking about tips and tricks, stuff that I didn't mention, stuff that you need to be aware of as a new player compared to what I did as an experienced player. But for today's episode, I'm gonna very briefly mention all of the activities that I did, because in my 7th day, I already talked a lot about your priority list as a player. And if you haven't watched the 7th episode, definitely make sure to check that one out, because it's a rather important one. But I basically grinded money for another 2 days, and I got somewhere to around 40 million. And that was the first time of me spending money on the character. Up until this point, it was exclusively me gathering materials, me using seals of bravery to exchange for value, me maybe using some money to enhance my accessories that would allow me to do more raids, which basically enabled me to get more money. However, this is the first time where I used money to buy something off of the marketplace. And it was this belt right here. If you basically get, you don't touch your earrings, you upgrade your accessories, your rings, sorry, and you get the belt. I got the belt. You could do it the other way around. Like if you happen to drop an Alculos essence yourself, you can easily go for the earrings instead of the belt. Or if for some reason somebody places the Alculos essence for 3 million instead of 30, or if it's just way cheaper than the Maca essence, which is used for the belt, do feel free to go for the earrings, right? This guide is not a 100% set in stone, because it will always be dependent on how expensive the items are at your stage, like when you watch the video and when you want to go for the progress. However, I got my level 100 accessory, and if you take a look at my counterforce right now, it's on 133, which it's already higher than it was when I crafted the belt, because I'm already deeper into the guide. However, this is almost what I need for Nile, and I'll come to that in a second, yeah. So if you take a look at my stats right now, after acquiring the belt, I'm still using the Dullahan weapon for the sake of this video right here. And if you check out the Remembrance raid, which is basically the last level 100, the last Astera raid, the last season 3 raid, you can see I got the counterforce, I got the tech, and I got the power. Basically, the only item that I bought was this this belt right here. I also got my hands on a book right here, but this actually doesn't boost my stats by all too much. Even if I put it off, like even if I don't use an offhand at all, I still have the requirements. So we can pretend this is not a thing right now. There's one thing that I need to mention. I don't remember if I mentioned before, but the epaulet and the necklace that you can buy from the AP shop and the inn, they are big game changers for your power, which will probably be a stat that you are missing if you do not have an Astera weapon yet, and maybe even later for Nile. So definitely make sure to always buy these with AP. They are 2000 AP per week, they last for 7 days each. They're worth it though if you play a lot, and especially they're worth it to unlock higher rates for you. If you struggle with AP a lot, you can easily do more Abyssal Arena than what I recommended to do. I stopped doing Abyssal Arena like a few days into the series, like I think a week into the series. However, if you are struggling a lot with AP, feel free obviously to do more Abyssal Arena. But with that being said, I think it was on, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was day 10 that I got the belt. And as I just showed you, it made me able to join all raids in the game but 2. There's only 2 raids missing. And if I take a look right now, the counterforce requirement for Caesar is 131 and the counterforce requirement is 138. I'm only 5 counterforce off, but the bigger problem is actually if you take a look at the power and the tech. I'm missing that. That's why 2 days later, after I bought myself the belt, I got the Astera weapon right here. And if I put it on, you'll see both my stats increased. I have enough for Caesar. I'm just missing very, very few stats for Nile. So here's what I actually did to get here. I spent another, I think it was 15 million to get this weapon. This one is still minimum stats. I didn't increase any critical or balance, so I didn't get any tech stats from it basically yet. I also did not boost the attack to its max, which would get me more power that I need. I got it to plus 12, which you could assume is rather lucky. However, it is not impossible for you to do. I put on the Valor suffix for obvious reasons. It's the single best suffix that you can get, and I don't think there's any reason for you to go for another suffix than Valor on your first Astera weapon. You have to be in a very, very unique spot to go for a different one. On this prefix, however, I went with the cheapest way to get a lot of stats that I needed. I was looking for tech. And as you can see, the Immoral right here is running 8 critical, which is 8 crit, which is pretty decent. If you want to get the best scroll for you early on, it would be Righteous. However, Righteous was a bit too pricey for me. I wanted to get into Caesar and Nile as soon as possible, and the Immoral just made it able or possible for me. I think I spent 1 million to get 4 scraps for the Immoral, which then got me 2 scrolls and a plus 12 weapon, and now I'm basically able to run Season 4 raids. Obviously, something that I didn't mention so far, but once I got basically the belt, and once I was able to do all of the raids past Agares, I obviously also did the main story along the way, right? Because after you kill Baylor in story, it's mostly just about you killing all of the Astera raids. And there's like some dungeons in between, which I was obviously doing whenever they came up. But up to a point where you kill Marject, I'm pretty sure, which will unlock Bridget for you, which is the 3rd Redeemer, which I obviously also did because you get 500 power and 1 tag, which is really helping you to get there. So again, I know new players, they are very scared to join Redeemers because you think you are useless. You think you will hold your team back. Don't be scared. If your team is really uncomfortable with carrying you, they will let you know. Nowadays, however, even on Brig, I don't think you will find many parties that are unwilling to help you get these stats unlocked. So don't be scared. Literally the worst thing that can happen to you is people saying, sorry, but we are not sure if we are able to get it done. We would like somebody stronger, right? Like, that will not hurt you. Make sure to get your Redeemer stats. Okay, so as you can see, I'm almost there, right? I'm missing like 1 point something K power, and I'm missing 5 counterforce. 5 counterforce is super easy to explain to you guys, because I only need 1 upgrade like on my belt and 1 upgrade here on this ring, which is basically just time that I have to spend, right? This is no RNG anymore that that I have to go through. It's literally just me grinding the materials from Roquest by Sea, me having enough gold to try and go for the upgrade. So basically, on the counterforce side of things, you can say that I'm done, right? It's practically a wrap. So how do I get the remaining power to actually unlock Nile? Because as you can see, Nile will require me to have 55.1k. As I told you guys earlier, right here, all of my attack stats right here are not maxed yet. I can get another few hundreds here. Math is hard. I get another few hundred here. And just stuff like that. Just min-maxing what you already have. If I were to upgrade this one to plus 13, I would get another 500. And there's just small things that you then have to upgrade. Basically, once you get one accessory of level 100 and the Astero weapon, it's just you spending your money in the correct way on items that you already have. You don't need to upgrade a lot of items. Right now, for example, they also give away rank 6 enchant scrolls for free, which have like more defense and more crit, more balance than the rank 7 scrolls your Dullahan has. So that's an easy way for you to get additional stats. Something that I forgot about actually, if you go to your skills right here, if your strength mastery is not maxed yet, go for it. If your defense mastery is not maxed, that's easy points. On agility and willpower, you have to check if your stats are below 2000. If agility and will are lower than 2000, spend points on them. Because up until they are 2k, you still get their benefits. Another thing that I did is basically I exchanged the important gems on my bracelets, and by important gems I mean the emerald for any class, no matter what class you are, and the diamond for strength, or the sapphire for magic attack classes, or physical versus magical, strength versus intelligence. And they gave me like a few hundred actually. I don't think it is worth it for you to buy on strength classes. It's not worth it to buy green-white bracelets. They're way too expensive. If you are a magical class, if you are an intelligence class, I think blue and green bracelets are really worth it. They will give you a lot of power while they're not really expensive. So you are actually in luck if you happen to be one of those classes. Okay, there's another way for you to boost your power if you're still looking for that stat, and it's basically soaps. I got the premium soap right here on my hands, which is pretty lucky because they're not as common nowadays. But as you can see, using the soap, I actually got to 55.5. And again, that's more than you need for Nile requirement. I know it's not really fulfilling being in need of a soap to unlock the requirements. However, if that's what it takes for you to get to Nile within like 10 days, which would be an absolute dream, and for you to leech the loot, I say go for it, honestly. Like, all it takes is like one Nile run where you get an expensive drop, and it would instantly pay for another reforge or something like that. As a new player, you're easily able to spend a lot of money. I got to a point where I am with only spending 50 million. That's a lot within 2 weeks actually. That's not bad. But yeah, what I'm trying to say, the money that I got was mostly made by being efficient. I got, I think, 2 or 3 lucky drops within 2 weeks. And they weren't even the biggest ones, they were mediocre. I was glad to get them, but you could easily get much better ones. So the more luck you have, obviously, the easier time you will have to get these stats. But from my current gear, I'll just repeat it again, even though I said it earlier, the only thing I have to do is upgrade what I already have. I think it's pretty cool to see that you're only really in need of one accessory and the weapon actually. Okay guys, but that's basically already it for today. I know it might be a rather short episode, but anything that I have to say right here would probably make it too long. So I think I'll stay with a shorter one for today, but I'll give you another one, which is gonna be a wrap-up episode where I mention all of the things that I haven't mentioned so far and that are important for you to know. This was basically the series of me getting a level 1 character from scratch without any investment of my main character, without the usage of any events to do the latest raid in the game, which right now is Nile. I hope you enjoyed watching it just as much as I enjoyed doing the series, and definitely keep an eye out for the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one though, and I hope to see you in the next one. With that being said, have a great day, and I see you.